My people, big up on yourself. Yo, let me tell you something. You see, greatness, it can't hide. I'm telling you already, No matter how them try to go so hide, at the end of the day, man, for come from the hiding and speak the truth. Now, my people who don't know, so say God know, I got always there. I got pressure everybody. Anybody will come with the negative, we are going to pressure them. When it comes to the vendetta boss, we are going to stand up and we are going to defend the camp. Now, recently, Shaggy did an interview on World Music Views. And this interview is educational. This interview is spectacular. Me not lie, not because Shaggy highlight the truth about Alkaline and the growth and the vision and the mindset of Alkaline. No. But it's because Shaggy speak the truth. And who like it. Who vex. Who are open on them feelings, open on your feelings. We don't give a fuck. No pussy test. Remember that. No, my people. Shaggy has compared Alkaline to NBA YoungBoy. Now, who is NBA YoungBoy? NBA YoungBoy is an American rapper, singer, and songwriter. Now, in 2015 to 2017, NBA YoungBoy released over 8 mixtapes. And those 8 mixtapes was to generate loyal fan base. Because why? Him know the work. Him know the game. Him study the game. Without loyal fan base, you're nothing in the music. And that's just facts. Why you think a lot of these young artists, when them come up, you see them come up and them go on and them get a 1 song or 2 song in the business, and you see them I'm here around the place and I'm here the God knower, me are the king now, I'm here take over. And then boom, then just dead and gone. Because they work with the hype. They're not working on the longevity. They're working with the hype. They're working with the moment. Alkaline is not doing that. If you notice, Alkaline not follow nobody. He not follow nobody. No, he is the leader. He must lead. He must set foundation. That's what Alkaline I deal with. You understand? So that's one of the biggest problems that them have with Alkaline, because Alkaline now follow them so they can study Alka. Him now follow. Him a lead. Him a direct the path where his career should go. If you want to follow, you follow. So him now look for you and say, yo, you have to come with me now. No. If you want to follow, you follow. He is leading. He's focusing on building a strong economy around his career. He's focusing on building a strong fan base, a matter of fact, family. Now, the culting come back up within this interview. Remember, we shined the light on a previous interview with Kishima, right? Where the person that was getting the interview stated that Alkaline fan base is like a cult. And a lot of people get it misunderstood. A lot of people is like, oh, so Alkaline I deal with witchcraft or whatever. No, that's not the case. It's just the fact that the fan base is loyal. Just like how the cult fan base loyal, I saw them loyal. They don't pressure them artists. No. Them work with their artists. There's a difference. There's a big difference with some fan base. Some fan base are going to say, yo, oh, the artist are going to push that. Me no business, me gone. No. Oh, no, me no want this song. Me want that song. For example, me no want included because me no want people get it misunderstood. For example, when Cartel come out and Cartel say, all right, here we go on. Me now go back down the road with no gun song. Me I deal with girl song and God song, right? Majority of the Gaza fan base was raising hell. Them one gun song, them one gun song, them one bad man song. Remember, you're not gonna see that with Alkaline fan base. They're not gonna pressure them artists or tell them artists what them want. Them a work with the artists. What the artists produce is what they will receive and embrace. So that's basically what this means when Shaggy say the fan base is like a cult fan base. That's what it means. they are loyal to Alkaline. They're not loyal to an extent. No, they're fully loyal to Alkaline. And that's why them say Alkaline is to be studied, because they have never seen a fan base like this in a dancehall. They have never seen it. This type of fan base in a dancehall, I'm not talking about reggae because Bob Marley have one. So I'm not talking about reggae, I'm talking about dancehall. They have never seen this type of movement. Especially for a young artist. You know, he's still young in the game. He's still young in the game. You understand? For his age in the business right now, and for his time span within the business, to have such a powerful fan base, he has to be studied. He has to be studied. So any class wanna run in a dancehall, Alkaline movement has to be a part of that. It has to be a part of that. If you're not introducing that to your class within the music, then guess what? You're not ready to teach the music or ready to teach the movement of the music. You're not ready to build the music. If every artist right now, as young artists, let me speak as young artists right now, if every young artist should take a page from Alkaline book and work in that diaspora of Alkaline, believe me, they would have a strong fan base, and then dancehall will be expanding bigger than it is. Am I lying? Now, let me just play this interview with Shaggy and World Music Views. I couldn't hear Wagwan.
That's why I don't say an interview with from DJ Nora with Alkaline when I say some of the greats them, but them is years of work, so them build a fan base there and have it. So you have to beat that, right? And what he's doing is trying to find ways to beat that, which is when I hear. I'm glad to hear that.
Alkaline said that?
Yeah, it's trying to find ways to beat, because you know we come with fan base. Sean Paul have a fan base. Shaggy have a fan base. There's, you know what I mean? We're always older. Bob Marley have a fan base. How do you beat that as a new artist? You got to create moments,
which
right? which is what he's doing,
yeah,
right? And he must say that's all he must study it, you know. And he's super bright, so he's gonna figure it out.
What do you think about him and the Barclays and doing that and dropping the album?
I think it's fantastic, you know what I mean, because it's not a man to really drop a whole heap of song that way there either, right? Correct me if I'm wrong.
No,
I mean, you know, so for him to come out and do that, there's certainly a mystique, you know. It kind of remind me of NBA YoungBoy in a way, where there's a mystique with him, and him fan base kind of feel like a cult in a way, and they're very, very loyal to him, and him a goat, you know what I mean? When we'd love to see it's all right, we're seeing action within the diaspora of these, you know, Coliseum, you know, it would start moving when we carry it elsewhere.
I want to hear the interview. Shaggy, thank you. For a legend in the business to come out and speak on behalf of the young artists them, thank you. Because we don't get much of the foundation artists them come out and speak the truth and give the artists them flowers. Shaggy stated that Alkaline, in a recent interview, stated that his projection, his mindset is to find ways and means to grow his fan base like the foundation artists. Them often said Alkaline don't give credit. Them often said that Alkaline is not inspired by anyone. But again, they don't listen to understand, right? Now, when Alkaline stated that, you might wonder, so who Alkaline attack as foundation? He's talking about a man like Shaggy. He's talking about a man like Sean Paul. He's talking about a man like Bob Marley. Those are foundation artists. And if you check their fan base is loyal to them. Loyal, dedicated to them. You understand? So, Alkaline projection is moving in the right direction. as what Shaggy said, he loved that. That's what he wants to see. That's what he wants to see. And for a man like Shaggy, where toward the whole world have been to creases and corners in the business, I've seen it all, to come out and say that Alkaline is moving in the right direction. The right direction. I have to respect Shaggy for that. I have to give him his respect for that. Me don't want to think so because him come out and give Alkaline his respect. Me respect Shaggy way before because he was creating. Me just don't like when he come out in the blows. Somebody have to beat him with that. But anyway, let's stick back to the thing, right? When he compared Alkaline to NBA YoungBoys, people, that's if you understand the work ethics of NBA YoungBoy, you will understand what Shaggy mean. You understand what I mean. NBA YoungBoy, just like how you say that Alkaline run 2015, 2016, 2017, and in Ghana, whatever, right? As we want to say, me work with you want to say. NBA YoungBoy in a 2015 to 2017, that's 2 years. That's 2 years. And he released the 8th mixtape. And that 8 mixtapes was directed to the world to grow a fan base. That was that mixtape for. It's just to grow a fan base. Alkaline work in his first half of his career to start generate fan base. Then gradually him start putting more work to strengthen the thing go by go. NBA YoungBoy take his time to build this thing. Alkaline take him time to build this thing. He not depend on rush with nobody. Him not depend on rush with nobody. You can't rush him. You can't project him and tell him, say, yo, here we are going. This say if you're going on. All right, this say if you're going on. You know, like when you operate on robot and I say, all right, here, move, go this. No. That's not with Alka. That's not with Alka. So you can get it out of your brains. It now go work with the Alkaline. Alkaline, a boss for every boss. Now, may I show you something, right? When Alkaline say, we are create wave like the ocean, have anyone ever really stop and think what a youth I mean? What a youth I come at? Now, may I show you something? When a person get introduced to something, they have to test it out. A lot of people see the ocean, right? We're talking about the physical ocean now first. A lot of people see the physical ocean or even the river. And then they want to go from the shallow in. Then they want to take them a good time, test the water and go in. Then they want to test the current. No, they don't want to observe nothing, right? They want to go from one higher stage and go jump off and notice that they can't swim. Alkaline didn't do that in his career. Alkaline take his time. So him start from the shallow. It's shallow. Till the water start bounce on him feet. Then him understand, him feel the wave. A bounce on him feet. Him feel the strength out here so. Then he start taking a time. And him push in. Right? Then he start get a little heavier wave. And it a bounce him. And it a bounce him. You understand what I mean? Sometimes when he goes away and he try to rise with, some people rise with the wave and they bounce him and he realize say unbalance. So you want to him structure himself. This is how Alkaline working in career, Him structure himself. And say, all right, okay. So if I jump, I go unbalance when the wave hit me. So let's not jump. Let's find another wave. So when the wave come now, here we are going. We are going to dolly through. And when him realize and dolly through, he say, oh, me ride the wave. Oh, so me bypass one wave now, him can go deeper. When current start test now, him realize how to manage himself with current. While the man them out there so where I jump off in the deep now I get drowned. Because they don't understand the wave, they don't understand the current, them can't swim. And then they decide so them go crawl before they can creep. or before crack or creep before they can walk. Them not realize that. Alkaline realized that from the get-go. He was smart from the get-go. Him take him time from the get-go. In a rush the thing. So when Alkaline said we are create wave like the ocean, it's because him understand how the wave works. Him understand how to ride the wave. Him understand how to stand firm. Him understand. So him capture the moment there and decides, all right, here we are going now. The wave come in different movement. You understand? Different movement. Sometimes it come hard, sometimes it come steady, sometimes it just calm and just barely a move. And there are different layers. So people love the different layers. So some people like it when it does barely move. Some people like it when it have a medium move. Some people like it when it heavy. So Alkaline learned that. And know say here we are going. The fan base, the music, you can't come hard every time. No, sometimes you have to just relax. Like the album. No pussy test. It's a relaxed album. The man not kill up himself. The man just relax and deliver. And look what they're going with. Look how they're going. Look how they dominate. The man not kill up himself. You have to understand these things. Even in the music, you have to understand it. And that's the thing with Alkaline. When him say we are create wave like the ocean, this is the wave. The man understand the different layers of wave. So because him understand that, it help him to understand how to deliver. It help him how to understand how to deliver. You have to have a calm delivery at times. You have to have a medium delivery at times. And you have to have a heavy delivery at times where you just a punch. Because you have times where the surfer them want to come out. And they want the big heavy wave them. That's for a moment. That's for a season. Then you have time where people just want to relax on the beach and drink one nice red stripe or one coconut and thing and just relax. Then you have another time where it's medium. Where a person just want to go enjoy themselves and feel the wave and box them and they and they enjoy themselves in the wave. Right? Sorry for my headphone. You understand? You have another time like that where people really want that moment. So Alkaline learned these things. So a lot of young artists need to take a page out of Alkaline book. And thank you, Shaggy, to come out and address this issue. So the non-skull them can hear and listen. Although we know say them still not gonna get nowhere. Them still not gonna learn. But I say go. You understand? Big up yourself, Shaggy.